So says the Rabbi Avram, "Mashim ba'irmal of sheyav the Adam lemichyosem em tzarmer ginim liafrazim ismarks to say v'yakpnim pneuser be'ekran atoligav betochen." Of course, what David HaMelech and Shlomo HaMelech and all the Nevi'im were telling us in these psukim was that a person should chas v'shalom not allow himself to think that the intermediaries have any power to give him anything. But adarabah, most of his time yakdish roivi toisav l'isrik b'Torah. Most of the time should be devoted to limud HaTorah and to be mekayim the mitzvahs HaTorah. As the Mishnah says, Yofa Tamaterim derech Eretz Yigeh Shnei Mashkach Sovereign. V'chol Torah she'eni Mamalacha Soifa B'Telev Gerer Sovereign. Of course, the Mishnah tells us that there is a Choyves Eshtadlis. A person should do an effort for Parnasa, but at the same time, most of the time needs to go for Torah. Of course, Zui Das Eilam B'Vinam LaShem Es Divrei HaTorah V'chol Shemet Torah Amiti LaAvdam LaShitchi Chayiv LaAchzik Bam. Of course, every Shemet Torah mitzvah needs to take what the Mishnah is telling us here, that a person should do at work. Now, of course, the Rabbeinu Avram is alluding here to what his father, the Rambam, says in Pirkei Avos, because, of course, Pirkei Avos talks about how a person should live, and, of course, we're talking about there how people were teaching Torah, and the Rambam was very clear that a person should not take any reward for being a teacher in Torah. So the Rabbeinu Avram is alluding to that is why the Tanoim and the Nevi'im and the Avos, even though maybe they could have gotten Parnasa by being a Rosh Hashiva, by being a Maggid Shir, they preferred going out and doing work, doing physical labor, and get their Parnasa through that. And what we see here really clearly is that Rabbeinu Avram Chas v'Shalom does not tell us that the Nevi'im Rishonim needed to do a shtadlis in order to get their Parnasa. Of course, the Nevi'im Rishonim and Moshe Rabbeinu and the Avos HaKadoshim, we can't even speak about their Kadosh. Of course, they were at the level of the Dor HaMidbar that, of course, HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have provided them with man. But they didn't want that. They didn't want to live al pines. They didn't want to live because they're such tzaddikim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is providing them. And Kaviyachal, kind of like you covered that Torah, because of their Torah. They wanted it to look natural. They wanted it to look al pi derech hateva. They wanted to do that because the Maisa, there is a choyves hashtadlis on every human being. However, again and again, says Rabbi Avram, be warned not to chas v'shalom for one moment rely on the intermediaries. And here Rabbi Avram is saying the exact same thing again like the Rabbeinu Bachya, because that road is a slippery slope. As soon as a person starts relying on that, on intermediaries, that's a road that leads straight to Kfira. This is by mamash like the people who are koifa in the existence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they only rely on intermediaries. Because the end of that road is completely denial of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and completely ignoring in his Torah and mitzvahs. It says these are of those who are included in the second type of bitachon, which you discussed previously. Those are the people who actually have no emunah, they have no bitachon, and they're koifrim mamash. At the same time, don't act as if you are one of those Nevi'im Rishonim. Don't act as if you are the Eliyahu Navi in the Midbar and you can rely on an ass. Don't do that. There's a sug of bitachon like that. That was the first part of bitachon Rabbi Avram discussed. True. However, don't fool yourself into thinking that you're at that level. It takes a long time, and there's a lot of steps to get to that level. Have a wonderful day.